Hi, and welcome to week 2. This is an explanation of week 2. I'm in the week 2 activities Dropbox. You're viewing the video. That's the first activity to do this week, is to view the video. The second is to participate in a social emotional learning activity. Now, this is a pre-survey. I don't expect that you might know a lot about social emotional learning, but I will get a little bit of information on how much you do know. So don't be concerned if you can't respond to all the questions as well as you would like. And that's perfectly fine. And this survey is also a part of a study that I am conducting for research. And I'm hoping you'll participate as a participant. It's completely anonymous. I will never use your name or any identification of you at all, except for that maybe as a student in one of my classes. But it will not, there'll be no indication of you specifically as a person in this class. And I'm hoping you'll be participate and be willing to. But you can opt out. You'll still do the activities as part of the class. You just won't be part of my study. And that you can respond to when you click on the survey link, or use a device and use the QR code. Whichever way you would like would be fine with me. And I'm hoping you'll be a part of it. Social emotional learning is a passion I have. It's as important as the academic curriculum in a classroom. In fact, as I've mentioned before, the research indicates that when you have taught the social emotional skills in the classroom, academics come easier and students are more successful with academics, and you are a more successful teacher as well. And that's what my goal is to create information that will help you be a very successful teacher. So you should learn a lot, and at the end of the 10 weeks you will also complete the survey again, and hopefully you'll have much more information in which you'll be able to share that you have learned over the 10 weeks in regards to social emotional learning. The third activity is to meet with your discussion group, your literacy circle, and talk about your touchstone, the other word is milestone book this week. It may be 3 picture books, it may have been a chapter book, but make sure that you Zoom or WebEx and you record. The person who's leading this week will actually come up with some questions that you'll discuss. The discussion does not need to be more than 15 minutes. In the past, some of my students have been on longer because they've talked about the course or questions they had with each other in trying to figure out maybe something about the course. If I'm available, I will join you. If I do join you, you do not need to record your session then, but if I can't join you, you'll need to record, and you need to post that in the discussions Dropbox, the virtual discussions Dropbox. Again, if I join you, I may talk a little bit at the end in regards to whatever the topic is, being touchstone milestone books. I may share some other books with you as well. I'll try not to keep you too long. Plan maybe half an hour for completion. Just depends on your group and how you gel as a group and what you want to do. You are going to be writing an objective this week. You're going to learn how to write that using the ABCD format. To me, it's a very simple way to write objectives, and it also is a way that you can determine mastery if your students are successful and have mastered the content from the objective, the outcomes that you have created. So you're going to look in the objective and lesson plans folder. That folder is on the main page where you clicked on the lesson modules. You'll find a folder that says objective and lesson plans, and there are resources and videos in there, and you're going to actually, using any picture book you know, you're going to think of an activity that you might use with that book and then write an objective for that activity. I would view the video about writing objectives. I would look at the resource about writing objectives so you have a better understanding of how an objective works and what it will look like for you when you write yours. So here's my example. I took the book It's Okay to Be Different by Todd Parr. And what I'm going to have the students do is draw a picture of a way that they might be different from each other after reading the book. It might be a talent they have. Maybe it's a physical feature they have. Anything, because what I want kids to believe that it's okay to be different. I want them to be different in class. I don't want them to clone. When they get to middle school and they clone each other and they all have to look exactly the same, and I want to start teaching them that is not the case at all. Be yourself, and let people know who you are by who you are. So my objective, as it's written in the ABCD format for my lesson, would be this. After reading the book, It's Okay to Be Different, the student will be able to draw one way she, he, or they may be different from any other student independently. So if I look at the format, my A, that's my audience. Who's my audience in that? Well, it's the student. And I always write the student will be able, or I sometimes say TSWBA, TWSBA. You can just abbreviate that if you want, but I write the student will be able. That's the audience, the student. What are they going to do? They're going to draw. That's the behavior. And is that observable? Yes, I'm going to see them drawing. I can observe that. C, after reading the book, that's the condition. What do they need? What tools do they need? What information do they need before they can complete the objective? Well, they need to read the book or have me read the book. It's okay to be different. And then they're going to be able to, the student will be able to draw. And what's the degree? How am I going to measure this? I'm going to see if they can do this independently. If they can't do it independently and they can't figure out an idea, then they haven't mastered it to me. So independently. Now maybe I might have to give them some ideas to get started. Maybe I would show a picture that I drew of me and how I'm different from other people. It might be that I don't have hair and I'm bald, and I would draw myself bald and say I'm different that way. Or that I'm tall and some people are shorter. So that's how I'm different than people. Maybe I'm going to be doing something like singing or dancing, and that's how I'm different than other people. So they're going to actually create an objective, and then I can see if they've mastered it. They have been able to share in their drawing how they're different, then they have mastered that objective. So create one using a book of your own, a book that you've heard about, a book that you've read online, and find an activity and create your objective. You're going to post that in this Dropbox. Another activity, you'll be evaluating the artistic quality of a picture book. So in Chapter 3 of our textbook, the authors identify picture book quality using the picture book Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the School Bus by Mo Williams. Using the video of the book here and the information from the chapter, complete the artistic quality of picture books worksheet attached to this item. You'll only need to use Mo Williams' book, and if you select a second book and complete the workshop using both books, guess what? You're going to receive extra credit. So here's the video. Here is the worksheet that you're going to complete and post in this Dropbox. Another activity you'll be working on is to read the article about Children's Awards right here and view the attached PowerPoint, which happens to be here. And you're going to select 5 of the awards and research the children's literature receiving the honor. The books do not need to be in any particular year award winners. They can be any year you find. In a Word document, you're going to use the following guidelines to write about the 5 books. You're going to create an image of the book. You're going to write the title, the author, and the illustrator, a brief synopsis of the book, and reasons why that book won the award. You're picking 5 children's books, 5 awards, and you'll find that in this article and in the PowerPoint. And the last activity for this week is to evaluate quality picture books. So view the video, teach evaluating quality picture books, locate a picture book. It could be the same picture book that you used up here, one of those if you'd like, and identify the quality of the picture book by the criteria as presented in our textbook and in this video. You're going to create a 1-page document with the following information to evaluate the picture book: the image of the book or a video of the book, the title, the author, the illustrator, state the criteria and whether the book does or does not meet the criteria to be considered a quality picture book. Again, the criteria comes from this video or from our textbook. And those are the activities to be completed independently. The group work you have this week is to meet to discuss your touchstone book. If I don't see you in literacy group, which I'm hoping I will this week, so send me a link and let me know the time you're doing it. You don't need to worry about my availability. I'll try to be available for you for at least part of it, if not the whole thing. Otherwise, the whole discussion, excuse me. Otherwise, I'll see you online. Questions? Please email me. We can Zoom. You can meet me during office hours on Tuesdays at 11, or I'll make myself available when you are most available to meet with me.